Most of these churches with apostolic succession all claim to be the one true church. Some of them are more friendly with other one true churches than others, but generally they all claim to be the one true holy Catholic and apostolic church. Now, I'm not trying to argue which one is or isn't, and I'm not even saying that Protestants have the one true and holy apostolic church. We've never made that claim. Just interesting that the debates happening online are high church versus low church, where all high churches are exclusive in their claims to be the one true church.
Now, obviously, 3 different churches claiming to be the one true church, that doesn't disprove the fact that there really is one true church, any more than many different religions claiming to be the true religion knowing the one true God disproves the fact that there's a true religion or one true God. In fact, we might even say on the contrary, the mere fact that every form of Christianity older than the year 1500 believes that Christ established a single visible church is pretty good evidence that Christ established a single visible church. But Ruslan is right that this does mean that we have to figure out which of these competing claims is true. And fortunately, we have some help. I want to pose a question for you. Have you noticed that when Muhammad died, Islam immediately split into Sunni and Shia? Or when Joseph Smith died, Mormonism immediately split into LDS and RLDS and a bunch of smaller groups? Why didn't that happen with Christianity after Jesus ascended or after the apostles died? Throughout Scripture, God consistently leaves one person accountable for the care of his people. It turns out Jesus does that with the whole church. He leaves the care of the entire flock to St. Peter in John 21, and he entrusts Peter with the care of even the other apostles in Luke 22. And as St. Optatus explains back in the early 300s, the reason that Jesus establishes his headship with Peter and then his successors in Rome is so that unity should be preserved by all. Otherwise, Optatus points out, each apostle might have started his own church, and we'd see schisms of the same kind that we see in the history of Islam and Mormonism. So you actually don't need to guess which form of governance Jesus wanted for the church, and you don't even need to guess which church is the true church. Optatus, like the various Christians before him, can simply list every pope from Peter down to his own day. And he knows that if he's in communion with them, he's in communion with the church. Now, he's writing those words long before the schism with the Oriental Orthodox or with the Eastern Orthodox. And he's not even the first to write these kind of things. St. Irenaeus, back in the 100s, says, it is a matter of necessity that every church should agree with this church, talking about the Church of Rome, on account of its preeminent authority. And then he lists every pope. So my advice to Ruslan, and all of you, is to listen to the early Christians here and to trust their witnesses.